34,000 years ago, in the hills of what would someday be northern France, an aging hunter in the glow of firelight dips his finger into a pigment of crushed berries and clay and smears it onto a cave wall. And some of the first recognized human art is made there by the glow of a rudimentary campfire. The tribe behind him is in awe of what he has just done. They're seeing a representation of their daily life. So he turns around and utters incomprehensible noises to them. For more great content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Doomcast. Content. I don't like the word. Nice joke, great content. Nice picture, great content. Nice baby, great content? Buzzwords make me bristle, but content as a concept points to an increasingly mainstream mindset about the purpose of culture. Content has become a catch-all word that describes literally any medium whatsoever, any art, and anything at all. We don't recognize how powerful names and words are. I make short-form humorous video essays, and while that doesn't roll off the tongue, calling ourselves content creators is both damaging to our culture and altering what it means to be human in ways that I think are very dangerous, because it's changing our relationship with the most human part of us. Every art form, everything has become content. The word itself just means something which is contained within, and that is to say, the meat of the ad sandwich. It's a reduction of literally anything down to the bare inessential. Just the stuff between ads, the inconsequential bullshit that's used to make money by selling you shit you don't need. And it forces us to think of art as a commodity, a marketing tool, the Mona Lisa behind a paywall framed with clickable ads. You say, art for art's sake is great, but what would it be if there was nobody to pay them for it? Nobody would do this for free. Think about that. Think about the first person to paint a cave wall. He didn't do it because there was a market for it, or even an audience. Markets didn't exist. The concept of money didn't exist. The concept of art didn't exist. The concept of concepts didn't even exist. They did it because that was what distinguishes humankind from other life insofar as we are aware, and that is culture, the drive to create meaning from our own perception and to be understood in turn. Nobody with a drive to create starts purely to make money. Kids start pretending and being creative and making things before they even understand the concept of money. They do it for the joy, to express themselves. Creativity isn't separate from their being, it's not monetizable, it is who they are. It's vital, and every living human being has that drive. Having reduced every art form into content and using human expression merely as a means to sell means that we as a whole culture have commodified human expression. The effects of this are increasingly obvious. The commodification of the human soul has reduced the most meaningful parts of our lives into a trap, which is both a hustle and a means to hustle us. Our newsfeed links to articles behind paywalls, carefully curated based on pictures that we gave a heart or a thumbs up, movies or comics we talked about, everything about you from your political beliefs to your diet to your race, gender, and the time that you wake up in the morning is a means to sell you something, and something that you are selling at the same time. You are a conduit of profit, and every picture, missive, rant, thought, blessing, lamentation, even liking this video is now reduced to content between wish ads for dildos or whatever those weird Viking blankets are. The commodification of the human soul means that everything is a hustle, one that I've fallen prey to. You good at gaming? Stream it. Fit? Become an influencer. Sing? Start a TikTok. Do you do literally anything? Monetize it. Nothing is for our own edification anymore. We see one person doing it, we have to do it ourselves. So by no means is there anything wrong with making a living creatively. You should, if you can. But it's also okay to be human without streaming your humanity to humanity. Do you know why you're exhausted? Why you're sad? Your imposter syndrome is manufactured to keep you hustling for somebody else, and it is robbing you of your joy. You've made everything that you love content for somebody who wrote an algorithm who will retire before they're 50. The commodification of the soul has corrupted our popular culture into self-parody. Nobody reads, but everybody wants to write, so it can be adapted and turned into a movie, and movie studios don't take chances on high-concept original screenplays. The 3 to 4 big studios that own all the franchise rights to everything that was popular from 1975 to 1995 have spent the last 30 years endlessly making unnecessary live-action adaptations, reboots, reboots of those adaptations, prequels, sequels, content, more content. These things getting packaged for live action, even Marvel movies or anime like Cowboy Bebop, people that this was created to appeal to have already enjoyed it in the original medium. If the only hurdle to someone watching it is that it's not live action with a more grounded universe, it doesn't even appeal to that person. But content doesn't give a single fuck if it sells a ticket. And here on this repository of video, we find ourselves changing our titles, our hashtags, our lighting, our sound, our video thumbnail to boost us into the algorithm in a way that gets us even a few hundred or more views. If everything we're doing is to influence an algorithm, then we're not actually creating anything authentic any longer. We're not creating art, we're just making content. It's soulless corporate cousin. Art and culture are supposed to be filthy and terrifying and accessible to everybody, but scary to most people. Sure, I've done comedy shows to packed clubs, and I've gotten to work with comedy heroes of mine, but the most fun, the most meaningful and raw and memorable are shows in weird metal clubs or art bars or dives where some lunatic walked in with a cowboy hat or Darth Maul face paint, and I got paid nothing because, of course, I was producing the damn show, but whatever. In the real meaningful human connection, the power that real art has, no matter how raw or how stupid, the creative power with real human feeling and emotion behind it is why people created and made anything in the first place. If you are creative, if you are a creator, exploiters need your content more than you need them to create. But creating for you, to make something purely for the joy of creating it, is as vital to human life as air.